You sleep poorly, the sun forever stuck to an eternally bright sky. Before the others rise, you find yourself staring over long, low hills covered in pine. The godstone looms overhead, the massive eyes of Frostvellr looking the same direction as you. Inspect the stone. The weathered stone doesn't seem many visitors. Not much reason to travel so far east. When hunters come through, they sometimes stop to give offerings. Out of habit, more than anything else now, that the gods are dead. Frostvellr was the god of hunters, and of wild beasts, occasionally seen roaming the land as both man and wolf. He was always depicted in effigy with his terrible spear. You wonder what he'd think about his woods being full of dredge now. A young girl from the caravan approaches you. I made this for you, she says, handing you a crude necklace carved from a branch she must have found nearby. Thank you for saving my mama, she says, before returning back to her tent. Back at your tent, you rouse Alette, who clings to your arm until she's completely awake. Bad dreams. Eventually, the camp is broken down, and it's time to move on to Frostvellr. It feels like an end more than a start. Hey, I got a Bjarken rune. Can I, stop to manage? Map, options, renown, days of supplies. We don't have much. I should have actually paid more attention so I could look at the godstone. Alright, whatever. I can easily just look at it in post. But these environments are really basic. Honestly, these actually look like the environments in old Disney films, like Cinderella. Specifically the trees. I remember doing a project specifically on Cinderella, and the trees are very similar. The dapple, dither, whatever effect you get there is very similar. Anyway, the caravan halts when a group of men appear on the trail, weapons at their feet. We've seen the dredge in your wake, says one. We don't wish to meet them alone. If you'll let us join you, we'll show you a watering hole with enough animals to fill those supply wagons. Inherent fear of strangers raises mutters from the caravan. Allow the men to join you. What are you doing out here alone? Or refuse the men and make sure they don't follow. Interesting question. I'm leaning for one or two, but let me think and get more to drink. Unfortunately, reading out loud, very hard on the vocal cords. You'd think commentating normally would be different, would be the same. They're not. It's actually a pretty different thing. Surprisingly. Screw it. Let's just go with allow the men to join you. I mean, what could go wrong, right? Okay, if you'll be no trouble, come along, you say. The men cautiously join your ranks and prove trustworthy. The hidden watering hole nearby is teeming with animals, and soon your supplies are nicely restocked. Oh, good. 12 fighters, 5 renown, and 18 supplies. Unfortunately, since I got so many people, that's a problem. I wonder how much we need fighters and clansmen, considering most battles are fought with just me. I don't know. Anyway, during a rest, one of the men gets too drunk and ends up smashing up... One of the men gets too drunk and ends up splashing mead in a warrior's face. A brawl erupts, many thrown fists, and a broken nose later. The instigator, Frostvellr, is tossed on the ground at your feet. Angry clansmen looking for satisfaction. His personal defense is little more than drooling mumbles. Course a public apology out of him, tie him up until he dries out, or laugh off the scuffle. Encourage the others to let the issue drop. Let's laugh it off. Okay, you look around at all the bruised and bloodied faces, and then you lift your horn of mead. Skål, you shout with a smile. Skål! The young warriors shout back. The merriment spreads, and soon everyone is laughing and drinking again. Hey, good. 5 renown. I like it. I'm just imagining our characters leveling up. It's we're more powerful in combat because we punch people, and then laugh about it. Actually, that makes total sense. Anyway, the caravan is visibly relieved to find a small village on the way to Frostvellr, with beds and fresh supplies. The locals here are shocked by the news you bring, and discuss it amongst themselves while you set up nearby. Okay, so we got a market, we got a map, we got heroes, we got rest, we've got leave. So let's do heroes first. I think some people are promotable. Ivor? Damn it. Rook? Eagle. Yes. Okay, promote. Higher stats, item rank, confirm. It's pretty cheap, so we can do shield, willpower, shield break. At least 1. Let's give him 2. That gives him something to do. Alette, only a 2 out of 5. Oldef, yeah. I really want to get Ivor a level, but still. Okay, what's this one? Bjarkan Rune. A crude medallion made of a branch of... from the trees above the godstone Frostvellr. Carved with a curious rune. 15% dodge on strength attacks. Hell yeah to Rook. I think I can take it off. I assume. It's not like it's bound to him. But it seems like it would be perfect for him, because he's going to be in melee more often than not. And he's got good armor, but, I mean, he went down the last time. I looked it up while I was taking a short break. It looks like, unless you lose the battle, characters will not die, except from choices, which feels really weird to me. Because I'm a Fire Emblem guy, and, you know, when a character falls in battle, they're dead. That's it. Unless they're plot relevant, then they're just never in combat again. Looks like that's actually not true at all in this one. Huh. Weird. Okay. So we've got heroes done. Let's take a look at the market. Let's see if there's anything I have to have. We got plenty of renown, some amount of supplies for days worth. Okay. Jarl Seal. 1 will per turn, not really. Armor on rest. It's not bad. Dodge strength attacks, 2 strength. Good. Expensive. And Singing Stone. 2 will per kill. Like, the dodge strength attacks could be really amazing. That's expensive stuff, though. I'm just thinking a plus 20% dodge, plus the ability to do 2 extra damage. Sounds really attractive. You know, I'm farming a lot of renown. Let's do it. Statue of a Sightless Man. Okay, so let's go back to heroes for a second. So let's throw the Statue of the Sightless Man on Rook. What the... Can I unequip? That didn't just... Okay, good. That didn't just throw it away. Oh. Oh. I can't equip it yet. Well, that was a mistake. Alright, whatever. We'll just hold on to that until somebody hits level 5. Oh, no. Oh, man. Alright, whatever. I didn't realize how that works. Okay, so we could leave. Oh, what? He moved. How's the arm, Eagle? You find Eagle just outside of camp, practicing his sword swings. I saw you taking some hard hits out there. Oh yeah, I'm great. Or, not great considering everything. I'm fine. My arm's fine. It's a strong shield. It's Rook, right? I know we haven't talked much before now, but if you want, just call me Gil. Okay, Gil. I wanted to let you know that I meant what I said before about making sure nothing happens to Alette. Never seen a shield like that before. Ivor seems to think you're pretty good. You're protective of Alette, huh? And I'm heading back to camp. Okay, you're protective of Alette, huh? Well, I don't want her to get hurt. You can see his cheeks turn bright red. Don't worry, she can take care of herself, too. I know. I didn't mean... Easy, Gil. I know what you meant. Let's see. Never seen a shield like that before. Yeah, I doubt there's many. My father made this. It's solid metal. Really heavy. I've been practicing with it since I was a kid. I used to spend a lot of time just getting used to lifting it. He raises it up to show you. I'm pretty good with it now. It's the only thing of my father's I have left. Then, when my mother died, well, she gave it to me before she died. Okay. Or before he died, I don't know. Anyway. Ivor seems to think you're pretty good. Did he say that? That's good. I'm trying. Never had to fight anything like Dredge before, but I don't have much else to do. And how many people get to train with a Varl? It seems like... Oh, it just seems like I could be a help to someone. That's what I want to be. I'm heading back to camp. Stay strong. I will. Oh, and if you need something, let me know. I can do anything you need. Between you and Ivor, we're going to be okay. I can tell. Okay. So we got map, we got market, we got heroes. Let's look at map. Does map do anything? Could freeze the game. That's disconcerting. Oh, no, we're good. Okay, yeah, I don't know how this game saves, and I'd really hate to redo anything. Okay, so we're here. I don't think I manually... Oh. Wow, I like this map, but if we read it, it will be after I finish the series, just because I don't have time. Okay, this is enough messing around. Press the X. I guess we leave, unless I want to buy supplies. Well, we've got some extra ones, so let's hope we're okay. You're only just outside the village, when two men in red approach. My name's Hogan, says one, gesturing to the other. My brother is Mogan. Many from the village wish to join you to Frostvellr. A third man, exuding rage, charges up to the group. Shut your mouth, Hogan, he screams. What's going on? These bastards don't speak for us. They've been trying to divide the village since you got here. True. You can keep whoever wants to stay and die. The rest of us will go with the reasonable people of Skoker. I'll have you both gutted before I let half the village desert. Behind the angry villager, a mob of armed thugs have appeared, all furrowed brows and nervous stares. You both know what will happen to the rest of us if the fields are abandoned. Nobody leaves. Let's see. So there won't be anything to tend once the dredge arrive. Let your people decide on their own. I don't want anything to do with this. Say nothing. I'm going to say there won't be anything to tend once the dredge arrive. Dredge my ass. I don't know what the scam is this time, Hogan, but you got two choices. Get back to work, or I'm finally putting you in the ground. Mogan, what do you say? I thought it was unfair that he only asked me. Mogan draws his axe slowly, followed by Hogan. Despite their confidence, the brothers are significantly outnumbered. I think I make a poor farmer. Settle this yourselves, don't get involved, and will kill men for defending their homes. Side with the villagers, or Ivor. Let's make this a fair fight. Side with the brothers. Well, okay, so one, just let it go, but that seems dumb. Two, side with the villagers. We might get extra rewards, but we don't get to fight. Or three, Ivor, let's make this a fair fight. I mean, the brothers want to join us anyway, and we might not get them if we do this, so let's make this a fair fight. Ivor steps forward. The thugs hesitate. As you pull your axe, you notice that Alette is nowhere to be seen. Uh-oh. That's not good. Well, we get Hogan and Mogan. Oh, but hi. Okay. You gotta drag him. I thought it was gonna click. I do wish that the portraits were slightly different. Like, I wish Hogan and Mogan had slightly different beards or hair. But I guess they're just supposed to be mildly generic. I don't know. Anyway. Ready for battle. Ooh, fights. Fights are stressful in this game, but... Oh god. Wait. This might work out in my favor. Alright. So let's see. I'm gonna collect my group pretty close together. We're gonna make... Honestly, if I can keep my whole group in a very small place, that's probably for the best. Okay, so you know what we're gonna do? We're not gonna do this. We're gonna move him here. We're gonna move these guys here. We're gonna have our two archers up above. We're gonna charge right, I think. I don't exactly know what the turn order is. Oh shoot, can I go back? Nope. Oh, hey, you can see, I'm gonna leave this on, actually. This'll have decision-making processes. I forgot that, changing the people around in the roster also changes the initiative order. Oh, well. So we can't do much with, Okay, so... These two are gonna go first. Well, I'm gonna move this way anyway. End turn. Okay, one armor. That's fine. So we're gonna move here. He does a fair amount of he does a fair amount of damage. Okay, so we're gonna move here. We can't kill this guy, but we can kill her. It's a little bit silly, seeing as she just took her action. And I'd like to do preventative actions so they can't take turns and stuff. But this still seems like a good idea. Okay, so who's the next one? So this guy's gonna move forward. He's gonna move, like, up here. Okay, so whose turn do I have? Eagle. Move. If I move right here, it kind of herds him into a spot. Yeah, this seems like a reasonable spot. And we're gonna put up a stone wall. Maybe the guy will go after Eagle, but I doubt it. In fact, he will do nothing. Okay. So who's gonna move next? Him. Luckily, most of these guys are chumps and aren't going to make it very far. So I'm gonna put a trap 2 down from here. Can I do? No. Okay, so we need to put it right there. So let's go back to her. Let's move. Right there should work. So right here. Chances are somebody's gonna go to that spot, if I'm lucky, on their turn. Okay, so let's go murder this guy. How much damage does he do? 8. That seems reasonable. So we could do Bloody Flail. 4 attacks at 1 strength or arm each. Each adds +1 for each adjacent ally. Is that my ally? Or their allies? You know what? Now's the best time to find out. Let's see if we do extra damage. So 1. Okay. I don't know. That worked perfectly. Okay. So the problem is, this leaves my archer out a little bit. I don't want a shield bear. We'll get Ivor soon. Can Ivor could move there. But that would put him in the die. Okay, so you know what? Mogan. What can Mogan do? We can try to go after this guy. But honestly, I might just leave that up to the other characters. We'll have ranged characters and whatnot. I could just try and go up and smack this guy, actually. Why not? He's already injured. Might as well kill him. The only problem is that technically pads out their turn order. But I'm okay with this. So we could move there, help kill this guy. When is he in the turn order? Oh, it's fine. We'll have a turn with Rook first. So I don't really use his ability, do I? Yeah, battering ram sounds fun, but we've got plenty of willpower. Let's move here. We also have the horn to return, so I'm just gonna end his turn. I want to put a bit of a shield wall between me and the archers. Oh, hey. Bit of a dick move, that. That's fine. Okay, so let's move here. We can't do Mark Prey. Let's just kill this man. Okay, yeah, the problem is, as we take these guys out, it makes these guys have more actions, and we don't really get that luxury. So let's go stand in front of this guy. And if I remember right, we can attack this man. Yeah. So I've made Gil into a bit of a shield breaker, which is a good idea. He's got a really high natural defense and whatnot. Technically, Ivor's a little bit better on that one, but still. Okay, so she does 7 damage. She's no natural shield breaker. We could do Rain of Arrows, but that seems silly. So we could do 3 damage. Well, you know what? Let's do 3 damage to this guy just because of the, just because of Puncture. Puncture is amazing. Okay. Music is so good. So let's move Hogan here. Now we've got... Yeah, it's just 4 damage to him. Ah, I could have done more. I forgot. Use willpower more often. Okay, so I got Flail. Yeah, the problem is my strength is waning a bit. Luckily, even if he gets down, we're not losing the battle, so it doesn't matter that much. So why don't we do Bloody Flail on this guy and see what happens. Okay, so we kind of ping-pong him around a bunch. But that's probably okay. Okay. Not much for it. Whose turn is next? That guy. The really injured guy. Okay, well in that case. Ah, you know what? Eagle needs the experience anyway. Or not Eagle, Ivor. He's not dead yet, which is kind of impressive, honestly. Let's move Rook here. There's no danger for death. I'm gonna Mark Prey for this guy. Okay, so whose turn is it? It's Gil's. Let's move forward. Let's attack. Let's break his shield. I'll just let anybody take him out. Almost anybody. Okay, the problem is... Can she attack him? Ah, she can. Cool. So that gets her a promotion, too. Don't know if she dies or not, but worth it. We'll have to work on the brothers later. Okay, victory! Your renown grows. So we get promotion for Ivor. Promotion for Rook, which puts him at level 3, actually. And Oddleaf. And we'll work on Hogan and Mogan later. 10 renown. Okay. Okay, the brothers thank you with wide grins. Soon, many of the villagers have joined your caravan. You scan around anxiously for Alette, who had gone missing when the fighting began. Eventually, you find her watching from afar. Hogan returns at the moment, introducing you to his son and wife as soon as you set out again. We get extra clansmen, fighters, renown, and 30 supplies. Yay! Alette marches quietly alongside the caravan, a little distant since leaving the village. When you stop for a rest, Oddleaf approaches you. Both. Alette, I have something for you. Oddleaf has gathered up the long banner from the caravan, and smiles warmly as she passes it to Alette. What's this about? I was hoping you'd sew up the banner with everything that has happened since we left Skogr. Come find me another time, Rook, and we'll talk. Before you can comment, she departs. Dad, are you the chieftain now? I don't know. Oh, then that means you're both quiet for a moment. Well, Alette unfurls the banner. Oddleaf has been teaching me how to sew. She speaks pretty highly of you. Can we read the part about Mom? You nod. On the banner has been sewn the history of the families who have lived in Skogr throughout the years. Just as is done on every banner in every town. I wish she were here, but I'm kind of glad she isn't. The section of the banner about your family is short, but Alette has been sewing in colorful designs. Why do you say that? She doesn't have to deal with all of this. Dredge, leaving home, and... Why did you have to kill those men in the village? I mean, it's okay if it's okay to ask. They would have killed others. I'm more worried about why you disappeared. I had to make a hard choice. Let's go with number 1. They would have killed others. But how do you know which ones are bad? Because the Dredge are terrifying. Every time we have to fight them, I just want to run, but I don't want to kill a person. Please. Are you mad at me? I'm glad you don't want to. Alette smiles at this. Then her face sinks again. I guess I would do it if I really had to, but do we have to? I know what you mean. Yeah, I know. Dad, I think you're doing a good job. She hugs you. You spend the rest of your time together, sewing new verses into the banner. For better or worse, the story of Skogr is your burden now. This game is so fucking good. At this point, I've given up trying to place the episodes properly, like, split them apart. So let's start with heroes. I'm always going to make sure I do this first, because I want to promote everybody that I can. Okay, so promote. 5 out of 5, build higher stats, improve your ability, and increase your item rate. Oh, it costs more renown. Okay, that's going to get costly. But it seems worthwhile. Okay, so his ability ranks up. So I think 1 into shield and 1 into strength for the time is good. Making him a natural shield breaker is okay. Okay. But honestly, I'm going to be using him for Mark Prey 90% of the time. Because it's more or less just the everybody just wails on someone. And as such, he needs to be closer. So let's do this. That maxes out his armor, and that'll max out his health. Energy is mostly fine. And yeah, because all I'm going to be using Rook for is the occasional ranged attack, and mostly Mark Prey. So that's going to be his like main move. Okay. Oddleaf levels up. Promote. There we go. Build higher stats. Item rank. Yes. Okay. So, honestly, I'm going to give her just straight strength. Why? Because of puncture. Whenever I hit somebody with her, it does bonus damage based on bonus damage based on how much armor they're missing. So armor she shouldn't need too much of, and shield breaker is kind of useless for her because I'm never going to be breaking shields if I can avoid it. Okay, Ivor, strong arm, build, yes. So, he's got very high shields, great energy. Honestly, I'm running half of mine to just buff up his shield breaker. So let's do that. We don't have a whole lot of characters that are good at that, and having my 2 like mainstay fighters have that ability seems like a good idea. Okay. Now, let's check the market. Is there a market? There's leave, there's heroes, there's no market. Well, let's talk to Oddleaf next. How are you doing, Odd? I'm alright. Oh, but I realized after I handed you the banner, I probably gave the wrong impression. My husband's still in and out of consciousness. It doesn't look good. It's harder than I thought it would be, just not... Oh, shoot. Press spacebar. Okay, whatever. People tell me I'm a strong woman. It's funny. My father named me Oddleaf before I was born. He wanted a boy so badly. Strong woman. What does that even mean? I'd never cared for that expression. It means you're going to be okay. People look up to you. Don't take this the wrong way, but I don't want to be known for handling my feelings. If I feel nothing about my husband dying, people think I'm strong. If I cry because my insides feel like they're on fire, I'm weak. Why does that feel so backwards? I'm sorry, Rook. It's been so hard. You're not sure what to say. In the many years you've known the chieftain's wife, this is probably the most you've ever talked. You asked me to come find you? Yes, it's about the banner. I thought about it a long time. He asked me to give it to you, you know, if something happened. Let's see. Why me? Your family, you should carry it. What would you have done? That's what I've been thinking about so much. It should be mine. I could carry it, but I thought about why he named you. I get it. They won't follow a woman. Families would leave. Our banner would be divided. I would vouch for you. You're probably right. I think they would follow you. Come on, Rook. This isn't the time to pretend. It's not just about our small town. What happens the first time we need something from another clan? How'll that go? And the first time someone thinks they can take advantage of us. I think this is what has to happen. Maybe this is what it means to be a strong woman. She looks sideways, eventually giving over a timid smile. I'm not sure if that's the dumbest thing I've heard, or the sweetest. Listen, I know I drag this out. The truth is, my husband and I could never have a child. I don't want our banner to end here. It'll be safe with you and Alette. I know you're going to take care of her. She puts her hand on your shoulder as she heads back to the camp. Yay, renown. I did that right? I hope I did that right. I have no idea. Let's see. So what do we want to do next? So we've got training. Training is just battles. Rest, which is morale. How's morale doing? How do we know what my morale is? Normal morale. Morale gets me extra willpower in battle, which isn't really that useful. Okay. I'm thinking. Do we need anything else? Is there anything else for me to do? Nope. I guess we leave. Okay. I was just searching for a possibility of having a market. The lack of supplies is a little concerning, but we seem to be staying pretty well. Okay. At a small split in the trail, a few fighters stopped to speak with you, each carrying a single pack. We recognize this place, one man says. Spent several years here with some kin. If they're still around, we have to warn them of what's coming. With luck, we'll find you again in less than a week. Okay. So we can wish them luck. They'll leave. Let's see. We can give them some supplies. Remind them that they're free to do as they please. I think you'll survive out there on your own, or tell them they're needed here. Okay. So, the extra supplies is kind of rough. And I don't know how much supplies they would take. Like, a day's worth is expensive. But, you know, I'm betting... Yeah, I'm betting... So, I'm betting if we give them the extra supplies, we get extra renown. So I'm not entirely sure how we want to do this. Okay. You know what? We're doing pretty well on supplies, I think. Like, 9 supplies seems really bad to me, but I also have no idea how this journey is going. Like, I don't know where I stack up. I'm gonna take the risky approach and send them the supplies just because last time I checked, this conversion rate was a 1 renown for 3 supplies. So if I could get 5 renown, that's a little bit... we'll see. Anyway, see them off with extra supplies. If that's all you're taking, you may never make it, you say, grabbing a few items from a supply wagon. You strap the additional provisions on their backs. Search for family instead of food, you say with a smile. The men clasp wrists with you before departing. -8 fighters, -3 supplies, +10 renown. Okay, so we lost a day's worth of supplies, which is one. Okay, that's fine. Complaints of Raffensvarder's excessive drinking have resurfaced. This time the man stumbled over some tent ropes, pulled the snagged canvas, threw a campfire, nearly setting a supply wagon aflame. Ooh. Clansmen put out the fire on both the wagon and Raffensvarder's leg before leading him to you. So we can punish him physically, ban him from camping near the others in the future, or this man drinks nothing but water from now on. Okay. You know what? Let's teetotal the man. This man drinks nothing but water from now on, I think. Raffensvarder groggily agrees, slurring his way through promises to quit being such a nuisance. Many of the onlookers snort or roll their eyes, but go back to their business. Somehow you'll doubt it'll be long before Raffensvarder manages to find another drink, whether you allow it or not. That was a bad one. Dredge! Shouts a man from the back of the caravan. It's Raffensvarder, the unabashed drunk, staggering towards you, looking not entirely sober. God damn it. He screams again, pointing to the trees in the distance. Fear races through the caravan as fighters pull their weapons. Scouts return with no sightings, and furious men surround Raffensvarder. So you can banish him. That'd probably lead him to die. Let him deliver justice, or ready yourself against Dredge, just in case. You know, I'm gonna go with it. See, if I banish him, he dies. If they deliver justice, he might die, or he just gets beaten and reforms. And ready yourself against Dredge, just in case. You know what? Let's let him deliver justice. Justice! A swift and brutal beating befalls Raffensvarder, one that leaves him begging for mercy. The next time he is offered mead, the man shies away in fear. Hey! As for the rest of the caravan, everyone seems pretty satisfied. I guess that works. Okay. Alright, we might...
Once a strong, thriving city, the walls of Frostvellr now just keep the howling winds at bay. With luck, they'll hold out against Dredge as well.
Those are not very large walls. Maybe it's just because I'm not close to it yet. God, I love the visuals on this game, though. Like, it's simple, but it's perfect. I love to play, like, more games that actually follow this, this style, I guess. Okay, so you jostle through the fallow crowds of sunken faces who appear as though they've been freezing in front of Frostvellr for days. The gates are closed. You come to a stop at the bottom of the hill. This is not looking good. Why are there so many people in the fields? We can't stay outside in the open like this. Oddly finds you amongst the many refugees. Rook, I just talked to some of the women here. Nobody is being let into the city. Why? It's overrun with Varl from Blotz, Balker, Greyhorn, people from Bitra, all the nearby villages. The Dredge are everywhere. And the chieftain of Frostvellr has locked himself in his great hall. That's when they close the gates. When the Dredge come, these hills will turn red. We have to get in there. Okay, so this is another decision thing. So we're getting in the wall somehow. I want to know more about what's going on in there. Let's lay low for now and see what happens. Where else could we go, or I don't know what to do. Okay. I don't know. I mean, we have to get in somehow. Let's go with number 2, maybe. I want to know more about what's going on in there. I see a lot of people gathered around the rest of the houses in the gates. We could find out what they know. How will we get in anyway? They closed the gate. I can get that gate open. Let's see if there are any other ways before we start breaking down the gates. I was gonna break it, just push really hard. Ivor, I love you. You are the best character so far. Alright, so we got Heroes Rest Gate. Doesn't look like I got any icon. Ooh, market. Okay, so supplies. One renown gets 3. I thought so. Oh. Oh, no. Okay, so it's a little costly. We got a lot of renown, though. We could buy a bunch of supplies, day's worth. That seems like a good idea. Let's see what else we have. I mean, we've got a lot of renown, so I feel like I'm kind of running high and dry, but this is probably a bad move. Okay, so that's useless. That's kind of useful, but for level 3s. 1 armor per turn. Ooh. So the Velka thread actually seems like it would be kind of amazing. 1 armor, maybe? But that's only like a grand total of like 2 or 3 armor, so maybe not. And +1 movement, dodge on strength attacks. That seems actually kind of good too, but probably not. Most of these don't matter. So, do we spend 7 renown to get a bunch of supplies? I don't know if the prices ever go up, but this seems like a decent one. Let's do this for once. We've been getting a lot of renown lately, and I'm not feeling like I'm wasting it too hard. Okay, so heroes. I don't think there's anything I can do here. Nobody's leveled up. I kind of wish there's like a plus that would show up that indicated these things. Okay, so we can go to the gate. Yeah, let's go to the gate. You approach the gate, where hundreds of people have gathered. In the trodden, bloody space in front of the door, several pin-cushioned bodies lie unclaimed, as though they simply belonged there. Archers up on the walls make it clear that nobody will be getting in. Men and women below intermittently call for mercy and reason, when they're not flinging stones and curses. Okay, find out more from the crowd. You spend an hour talking to different people who all have the same story. A couple of days ago, the chieftain shut himself in, closed the gates, and refused any more refugees. They've got huge stores of supplies in there too, adds one man. They're just hoarding them. Gil pulls you aside. I was following the outside of these walls, and there's a water passage we could squeeze through, I think. Not the whole caravan, but if a handful of us get in, we might be able to open the gates from the inside. Let's try shouting at the guards next. Okay. I mean, honestly, shouting at the guards seems meaningless. The water passage seems pretty good. We could try forcing the gate open. But we might get shot at? Okay. I don't know. I'm gonna think about this for a second. We might be able to do... Let's try something else. Maybe? Because... if we push through the front gates, Ivor just pushes it open, but we might get shot and lose somebody. I like the idea of the water passage. But I'm kind of concerned. Or if we just push through, we might just be able to fight. There will be art... I don't know. I don't like most of these. I kind of like the idea of the water passage. Alternatively, we go with the fuck it approach and go with Ivor. I don't think he dies. I think he's the main character. You know what? I like it. Fuck it approach. Try to push through the front gates. I'm willing to try it, grunts Ivor, despite sizing up the doors that look like they could hold back an army. And when the men start shooting arrows and pouring out to stop you, then you kill them, he says. You're not sure this is the most sound plan. No, what? No. That's a terrible idea. You say, we don't know how many are in there. Ivor folds his arms. He seems almost relieved that he didn't have to live up to his earlier boast. Okay. Let's see. So archers line the wall. Nobody we get again. Okay, let's leave the gates, try something else. There are lots of people gathered around the rest houses. Maybe we can find some help there, or at least make ourselves useful. So I can try the gate again. But apparently we can go to the rest house? That's different. Okay. I still want to fight things. I don't know. Okay, well let's go to the rest house and see what's said. You spend a whole day at the rest houses. Oh shoot. Everyone gives you the same story. A chieftain just shut himself in. There are a lot of wounded people here. We could help them. Guild pulls you aside. Follow the outside. Okay, so we got the water passage we can go through. Okay, so we can tend to the wounded. We can settle in for the long haul. Check the water passage. Rest for the day. Leave and try something else. So I don't want to rest for the day. That seems useless. Settle in for the long haul sounds like a terrible idea, too. Okay, so we could go to the water passage. That could work. Tend to the wounded. Like, I really want to try the water passage, I think. Yeah, you know what? We have the water passage. I really wish I had chosen that earlier instead of resting for the day. Or we could tend for the wounded, just because that seems like something interesting. Let's do that. Yeah, let's tend to the wounded. Alette and Oddleaf spend the day along with the others in your caravan, treating wounds, most of which came from the archers of the gates. Overheard from one woman that the city has been sending carts with food around. Oddleaf tells you. Could be a way in. Ivor replies. Oh yeah, we are losing supplies this way. Next time they send a cart, we bring it back in. Oddleaf protests. Aside from leading to a fight, it would probably mean no more food for the refugees. Let's wait and confront them. Keep your sword down until we need it. You tell Ivor. We'll make a deal unless they're looking for a fight. Early the next day, you spot another cart leaving the gates of the city. After they've thrown their scraps to the refugees, you approach. These drums are just weirding me out a little bit, or worrying me. Stop, my friend wanted to talk with you. It's not what I wanted. I think I can guess why. If we knew there were more fighters in Varl out here, Ekkel might have brought you into the city. Who's Ekkel? He's in charge up there. In charge of what? Better let him explain. Fine, let's go. He nods. You follow him back up to the gates, where they open the doors for you. A man clad in black approaches as you step aside. Oh, inside. What in the depths is this? The man orders his guards to get the doors closed again before more refugees notice. You said you wanted fighters. You heard about the chieftain. We heard he's hiding out in the Great Hall. Oh, really? Think you mean hiding out in a grave? He's eating worms, if that wasn't clear. What happened in here? Soon as they heard Dredge were coming, anyone who couldn't swing an axe got one to the head. That's the short story, anyway. At least 3 clans in here warring over turf and food, and the worst are the godforsaken Varl. He eyes Ivor and shrugs with exaggeration, as if simply stating the obvious. We're in more danger here than out there? Look, I was in charge here before things went to crap. You've got some people who can fight. You've got your own Varl. That counts for something. I can keep your flock safe in the Great Hall. You fight for me, and to take back Frostvellr. I don't take sides. Too hard to tell when the good guys have become the bad. Fine. Cut these sheep loose and watch your own asses. What do I care? All I want to do right now is get out of the damn streets. Think carefully about what you want. Okay. So we can fend for ourselves. We can join them or head outside. Okay. It's kind of neat. So if we join him, that could be fun. So he wants to take it back. We can cooperate with him, fend for ourselves, or join him for now. You know what? Let's join him for now. We'll probably get dialogue options that will let us choose sides later. I don't think we're going to just get thrown into combat with an opposing faction. Yet? I don't know. Good. because whatever else you were thinking would have been a bad idea. Ekel shouts to his men, and with the gates closed, you follow him down obscured alleys. Hope we know what we're doing. Make it up as we go, Ivor.